So back on this 2000, no, I forgot what it was, Durango. So now it's full. It had 400 from the previous video on the Facebook group, and plus I gave some snapshots. On the previous video, it only had 440 grams in it. Now it has 1,140 grams. It's a dual system. Now I'm going to show you something else. If you remember before, when it only had 440 grams, the engine wasn't really all the way hot yet. I still didn't have hot radiator going through the condenser. And I was hooked right here. This is the suction line going back to the compressor. And I think it was showing 34, a superheat of 34. But it was cold there. But the problem is now I have a hot radiator, and that's why you shouldn't go right there unless you're gonna cover your clamp. I have a hot radiator blowing hot air over right here, and I had my clamp there. After filling it up, I was showing a superheat of 90. Now this is dual expansion valve, and guys are gonna go, oh, you're supposed to use subcooling. My subcooling, it's broken. So I'm using superheat. It was showing 90 degrees of superheat. That's because the hot airflow was messing up with the temperature sensor. It made the clamp so hot, it was actually fooling the clamp. So I had to come way up here, and you still have a little bit of radiant heat, but I switched the sensor to this side away from the radiant heat from the exhaust manifold, because radiant heat shoots out, it strikes an object, and it heats up the object. Convection heat is radiator heat. That's hot air, that's convection, goes over the item and heats up the item. Then you have direct contact. And so right here, let's see, let me grab it off here. Well, it takes a while because it takes a while to heat it up. But before I had it going right here and right here, there's all this heat blowing and heated up the plastic so hot that it totally skewed your numbers. And that's why placement of the clamps is very important. Superheat's not gonna help you if you don't place it in the right area. Actually, I was spending a lot more, I was playing around, just seeing how this vehicle operates, because this is the one with the 2 condensers. I don't get to see many trucks because I'm in San Francisco and the Bay Area, Silicon Valley area. So not many people have trucks around here, but you can see it's going up to 276 PSI, cycles on the fan, comes all the way down to 178 PSI. That's with 1,140 grams. But when it had 440 grams, it did the exact same thing. Same pressures. It went all the way up with the high side and all the way down and cycling on the high side. And the low side was basically the same. Comes a little lower now. I think the low side, well, you guys look at the previous video. I think it was higher than this on the low side. But now that I have a full charge, instead of 400 grams over 1,000 grams, the low side is actually lower. High side still doing the same thing. What else is unusual? It's staying down here rock steady at 37 degrees, I think. 37, 37, 37. But as it cycles the fan, you can literally hear the compressor clang every now and then. He already caused a little bit of damage in the compressor by running it so low, and it's unfortunate. He's going to order the new hose that's slightly seeping here and probably come back to it slowly. When summer rolls around, he'll get around to it. And but what damage is done is done. You can't undo it. It's too bad, because if he would have caught this and replaced the hose before allowing the refrigerant, here comes the, listen to it. I don't know how well the speaker is picking up the clacking that comes around every now and then, but that's, you know, wear and tear damage already done. If that would have been corrected with no wear and tear before the refrigerant level went low, this is a 20-year-old vehicle. He owned it since it's the original, and this compressor could go another 20 years easily with no damage, so long as you never let the refrigerant go low. All right, guys, I will see you later.